So I wanted to share some meals that I have made and eaten with you so you can get an idea of some of the stuff that I've eaten. So one of my favorite things to eat, especially for lunch, is fresh salsa. I love this during harvest time when I have my fresh tomatoes from my garden, and I put all different types of things in it. Anything from green onions, cilantro, even chopped spinach, jalapenos sometimes. I'll throw in chopped avocados. I mean, you can really just throw in anything in there. You can put in corn, some black beans, and I eat it with organic corn chips. But it's one of my favorite meals ever. So here's another version of my salsa that looks a little different because I used to make it like bruschetta and I would put fresh mozzarella cheese in it. But since I started this diet, I've been looking for a replacement, and I'm not sure if you can tell what that is, but it is actually tofu. So I buy extra firm tofu and I wrap it in paper towels. I put some books on it to get all the liquid out of there. Then I chop up a slice or two and I add it to my salsa some days to get my beans in. And it really does a great job of just soaking up all the flavor. So for me, it's all about the sauces. And here I have a ginger garlic sauce that I got off Pinterest that I am trying. And what I do is I will sometimes cut up some tofu, throw it in the frying pan, fry it up a little bit to get rid of all the excess liquid, and then I will add some sauce that I've created, like this ginger garlic sauce, and the tofu just really soaks it up. And then I throw in some vegetables and I create a tofu stir fry. So for a quick meal for lunch, I had some quinoa that I had cooked the day before. And if you want to know more about my love for quinoa, I did a whole video on it. Go ahead and check it out. But I had quinoa left in a bowl, and I had a little bit of a jar of tiki masala, which is an Indian type sauce that I got from Aldi's that doesn't have horrible ingredients left over. And so I poured a little bit of that in there. Then I chopped up some spinach, a few vegetables, warmed it up, threw on a dollop of hummus, and sprinkled it with nutritional yeast. And that made for actually a really delicious lunch. So this is the original meal that I used with the jar of the tiki masala sauce. Again, it's on quinoa, a couple different vegetables this time, some snap peas, some red onions, mushrooms, and again, I threw some spinach in there. I have to get so many greens in every single day, and I often get tired of salad, so I will just throw in some kale or spinach or my dark greens into my stir fry when I make it for some extra flavor, and so I don't have to feel like a rabbit. This one I call my Italian quinoa stir fry because again, I have quinoa and lots of vegetables. Can you tell that I really like onions? You can see my spinach in there too. But my sauce consists of mostly like my homemade spaghetti sauce. So I make it different each time. I throw in tomato paste, organic, and some tomatoes, some crushed tomatoes. Sometimes I'll even cut up some fresh tomatoes, throw them in there, garlic, Italian herbs, spices, that kind of stuff. And again, I just mix it with my quinoa stir fry. I will also often sprinkle with nutritional yeast or flax seeds to get that into my diet as well. So this is my beet hummus. I chose this picture out of all my hummuses because this one is the most fun and hard to guess. Anyway, it's my beet hummus. I tried hummus from the store and it has citric acid in it, which is a preservative, and I could totally taste it. And I just don't like it as much. And I tried to make my own and it was so good. Now I can't even eat the stores pretty much anymore unless I mix it with something else. So what I usually do is I will take the chickpeas and make a big batch, and then on another day I'll take it in a little bit from the batch and make different types of hummus. I've made garlic hummus, beet hummus, which was really good. I had some leftover beets and I just blended in the beets and they were really good. And I made with my fresh herb garden, I put in cilantro and mint and made like a green cilantro mint flavored hummus that was really interesting. It was very refreshing, and I love using different types of toppings to spruce it up and make them look all pretty, like my homemade grown sprouts and stuff like that. It's just a lot of fun, and I eat it with everything. I'll just put it on everything and mix it into my stir fry too for some extra flavor. But if you're interested in how to make some yourself, go ahead and check out my hummus and tahini videos. So here is my last picture, and I didn't make this one myself, but I had to add it because it was so new and different and delicious, and I just wanted to share. My husband and I went to this restaurant up at University Circle in Cleveland, Ohio, and it's called Bippy Bop Asian Grill, or Bippy Bop. I don't know how to pronounce some of these. That's why I put them on the screen for you, and I apologize in advance for getting any of these names wrong. But it's a Korean type place, and the food was just delicious. It was very similar to Chipotle in the fact that you had like different layers that you chose what to add to things with the sauce at the very end. And so one of the things I have on my plate that was also new to me is that purplish red stuff on the right, which is called muche, which is a red spicy radish salad, and it was so good. I'm going to try to figure out how to make that for myself at home. But I chose as my base a purple sticky rice, which was totally new to me. I had never seen it before. They called it purple sticky rice, but I have since looked it up, and when you buy it at the store, they actually call it black rice. But it's so nutrient dense. It's awesome. It's better than any other rice that I've ever seen. So I have that as a base, and then I use the different vegetables. They have meat there too. I chose the tofu. And then for my sauce, I took the gochujang sauce, which is like a chili garlic type sauce, but they had tons of different types of sauces like yum yum sauce and teriyaki and spicy sriracha and sesame ginger and cucumber wasabi. I mean, there were just so many different types. It was amazing. And then I think that they use like it was probably just a byproduct, but they had miso soup for free. So of course I had a little bit of that on the side, and I have not tried that yet, but I will be making some of that for myself because I love miso soup. For a drink, I tried this new Allure drink, which has lots of different fruit pulps in it, including aloe pulp. Like it actually had the leaves and from the plant, so it was very light and refreshing, but it did have cane sugar in it, and I felt like it had way too many calories for the amount of serving that they gave you. And one bottle, of course, is 2 servings, so it was very light, refreshing, and delicious, but it's not something that I would probably drink all the time just because it contained so much sugar. However, I highly recommend this restaurant. It was just amazing, and I can't wait to try out some of these sauces and vegetables at home. So those are some of the meals that I have eaten. I have more that I will share with you over time, but I didn't want to put them all in one video, and I will probably be making videos on how to do some of the meals and the different specialized things that I do as well. But if there's anything in particular that you'd like to see, just let me know in the comments, and thanks for watching.